Hi. One of my worst traits is impatience, and it is also one of my best traits because it helps me immensely when it works out and when the situation is not right and you really need to be patient and trust the process. It destroys me and works against me. But it really is insanely dual. Like, it has the good side, which is extremely good, and it has the bad side, which is extremely bad. And so the contrasts are crazy. So when it works for me, when this trait of mine works for me, it really works for me and it gets me ahead of everybody. But when it shouldn't be there, it just destroys me and sets me back 100 steps. So it is a crazy paradox, but I really like it. I live with this trait of mine and I work on it. I'm trying to work on balancing it. I'm trying to recognize when I need it and when I don't need it. And I have written one, two, three, four, five, five little sentences. There are kind of like affirmations for impatience when it is not working for you. And I will discuss them. I will discuss each of them. I never do this before, but we're gonna stop after I read the affirmation. We're gonna stop. We're gonna repeat it, and then I'm gonna discuss why I wrote it and why I think it's important. So let me read them. You can repeat them with me after I have read them. So the first one is, I allow myself to grow. So if there's no allowance from my side consciously for me to grow and develop and just be in the process of growing, then I cannot really go anywhere or grow anywhere or become anything if I don't allow myself to grow. So the important word here in the sentence is allow. I allow myself. So nobody comes and gives me allowance like from the external reality. I do it internally in myself. I allow myself to grow. So that is so important for me, that I allow myself to be patient. I allow to give my brain that permission to slow down. Next sentence. I allow myself to be in the process of getting ready. These affirmations come out of me like without thinking, so they might be similar. So the process of becoming something, the process, the whole timeline of traveling between stages of life or adulting or knowledge or career or emotional maturity or your own development, like the process, the journey. I named it like getting ready or something. Oh man, like that is crazy that I never allow myself that. So I need the sentence to be in the back of my head. All right, next one. I do not rush my ripening. So this sentence is actually highlighted. I don't know why, but I have highlighted this one. Well, I know why. Because the ripening and getting ready or developing and like coming into fruition, that cannot be rushed. That cannot be sped up. You cannot just order a flower to bloom in winter. You can't do that. And this trait that I have that's literally destroying me, it's not allowing me to enjoy where I'm currently at. So your ripening, it cannot be rushed. It cannot be sped up when you need to slow down. Because you cannot physically speed up without the other end, like, of the spectrum, of slowing down, of being asleep, resting, being closed off of everybody, being tired, being silent, being inert. So this sentence, I do not rush my ripening. I have to like tattoo it on myself or something. I have to tattoo it inside my brain because my impatient self always finds a place where to rush absolutely everything in my life. I feel like I'm gonna die tomorrow, so I have to do everything today. I'm gonna not have my life for myself in 5 days, so I have to have everything now in this very moment, because in an hour I will not have this moment right now. Like, yeah, we'll talk about it later, how it can be beneficial, but this is the side of the coin where it actually destroys me, where I rush my own growth, when I rush my own becoming of a flower, when I rush my own process of resting, inner work, shadow work, when I rush that, we start from ground zero every day. We start from the beginning every day. Every time I rush something, I just destroy it and I rip it out from the root, and I have to start again without knowing that I destroyed it, without knowing that I destroyed my progress, without knowing that I completely ruined the whole process of becoming something and creating myself. So this sentence, I do not rush my ripening, is so important to me, and I really have to tattoo it in my brain. Anyway, next sentence, next affirmation. I enjoy the ride and accept that it will never end. So, I never really slow down and step back and really tell to myself that I will never arrive anywhere, really, if I don't allow myself to arrive anywhere. I will always be looking for something, going somewhere, seeking something, if I don't just tell myself that I am here for the process and I enjoy this ride, because the whole reason why I'm here is the ride, and I will never stop anywhere because I will always keep going. That's why the next affirmation exists. I am here because of the process. And this one, which is the last one here, sums it all up. Like, why would you want to rush something? Why would you want to be anywhere but here if this moment is all you got? You don't own the future. You don't own your past. This is where you're at right now. And this is exactly how you will feel for the rest of this human life. And you are here for the process. You're here because you wanted to experience this journey and this ride. And you have to accept that it will never really end. This is how you'll feel for the rest of your time here. So, whatever your human brain has known as the present moment and the reality, it will always be this present moment. It will never be the future. It will never be the past. It doesn't really exist. Everything happens right now. Everything that you've ever known is all happening right now. So I am here because of the process. I am here to experience the slowing down, speeding up, being whatever I am right now. And I cannot rush anywhere. I cannot be anywhere else where I'm not. And I cannot be anything else that I'm not right now, because that is literally not possible. So, I will talk about how the impatience and this trait of mine, which I say it is the worst trait but also my best trait, I will talk about how it is actually very beneficial for me, and it has been very beneficial in many situations, in many areas of life, So being impatient in something is very good, for example, in a capitalist society where you have to create art and you have to be consistent with it and you have to bring your vision to life. So when you're being impatient in manifesting something and being like seeing a vision and having the inspiration and then have to create it, and being impatient in that is the whole point there. Like if you're not impatient with your art and your mission, you cannot really achieve it. Like you have to be impatient. So I could write books about this, but really to sum it up, I'm just glad that I am finally starting to see that there is never black and white thinking. It's never black and white. You cannot be this without that, because this wouldn't exist if that didn't exist. So you cannot be impatiently great as an artist or a person without also being impatiently ruining yourself as an artist or a person. So I just have to allow myself, I have to really, really, really meditate on the fact that I accept all these parts of me, because it's a spectrum. There's no this or that. There's infinite choices in between, Being impatient is very bad, and being impatient is very good for you. Both of them exist. Both of those sides exist, and in between there's infinite stages of that. And I can't always just stick to one end and just deny that the other exists, and then I stick to the other and deny that the first one exists. And it's a process of managing and balancing your own thoughts about yourself and life, and it's crazy. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the process. I'm here because of the process. I wouldn't be here living now and feeling the present moment as it is if I didn't come here for that. And yeah. Thank you for listening. I hope you took any value out of this. I hope you have a great day. Bye.